Welcome to the belly of the beast, the den of the Illuminati, home of the almighty media. An organization so powerful we are capable of casting illusions over reality and making you think that people who are not that good are actually showing up and winning by submission on a regular basis on the biggest events in the world. That's how powerful we are. That's how influential we are. And we're not stopping anytime soon, so get used to it. Joining me as always, Corey Stockton, Reed Connell in the back, newly crowned champion, world champion of the world in catch wrestling, Connor Joshin, our local backyard wrestler. He won that thing literally in somebody's backyard in a cage. I'm going to kick this thing off with a little challenge. Anybody out there, any of you catch wrestlers showing up to Naga with wrestling shoes on, you think you can beat my boy Connor Josh, and I'll give you $10,000 out of my own pocket. $10,000 challenge. He's got the belt. He's got the strap. Come down here to Austin, Texas, and try and get it. But apparently, I learned something new the other day. The DDS is not that good. They're not that good of a team. Sure. I just found out that we created them. They're not showing up at these events and tapping everybody. It's all a myth by the media. You learn something new every day. How you guys doing?
Rare form. Hollywood Mike is here, ready to go. We are swinging, getting this thing going. Got the Fat Tire on the table here. We're kicking this off.
Brought to you by Fat Tire, of course. Connor, you got any Fat Tire back there? You won the belt. You better crack. All right.
We're back here.
Let's crack them open. If you're going to have a Fat Tire, just have them. We're picking winners today. Reed, how you doing over there?
Whoa, man. I'm doing great. Fired up for this week. We got Craig Jones, Ruotolo, dude. I'm so glad that we just get to focus on this match. This is the match of the week for sure. Both these guys killers. I think a lot of people still are counting Ruotolo out. Can't believe it. This is gonna be a dope ass match. Can't wait for the week.
Fucking pro wrestling's going again. Ahmed Johnson is fighting the Nation of Domination off to my left. We're strictly professionals here. But
just
you
to
know,
make sure.
Ty and Craig, I've rewatched almost every Who's Number One match in the last few days, giving them this star rating for something that's coming out soon, something I'm working on.
Hell yeah.
And every match I watch with Ty and Craig, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, we know Craig taps everybody in under 2 minutes. Every match with Ty is just insane. It's nonstop action. This, I think, is going to be the best jiu-jitsu match of all time.
Absolutely, 100% agree. I'm working on a little Ruotolo product myself, and I can't say there's anything he does that I'm not absolutely floored impressed with. His pace, his work rate, his innovation, everything he does is exciting to watch, and it's going to be put to the test against Craig Jones.
Yeah, this might be best Who's Number One match of all time. Let's call it like I see it. You know, I like Kade versus Ethan as my favorite Who's Number One match of all time. But this one has the recipe for it.
Kade versus Ethan might be the best match of all time. Before we get too far along, Connor, social media, what's going on? We got our boys in the Discord. We made a gulag in the Discord now. If you get in trouble, you get sent to the gulag. You can only post in there. You're not allowed to post with the regular people until you behave yourself. Mm-hmm. YouTube chat, Discord, how they doing? Who's showing up? What's going on, Connor?
We're doing all right. Steve's joining us in there. He's appreciative of the belt, and everyone loves the opening. I hope we get some of that commentary for Who's Number One.
Hell yeah.
These goddamn ridiculous people, the media. Have some balls and say who you're talking about. We know who you're talking about when you say the media. So you go at the media from now on. We're coming at you. All right.
Cheers to that.
There's no sneak diss and the subliminal dissonance anymore. How about GS and Kitman? They in there?
GS, I didn't see. Kitman's in here. Luis Quinones is in here. Samuel C's in here. We got the whole crowd.
Luis Quinones a regular on the Discord. Yeah, the Discord been a good time. Get on there, bullshit with us. Wiltse's on there a lot. Musumeci. Behave yourself. You're going to get sent to the gulag. And
the media will not be silent anymore. The media will not be silent anymore.
Do you realize the power that we wield over you people? Do you realize that we can make you think anything that we want?
Literally
Gordon
anything.
Ryan's not even that good. He hasn't been just killing everybody for years. According to some people, it's just an illusion created by the media. But let's get on to promoting this event.
Let's do it.
I think we have Henry O. Godwin over there is fighting somebody now. All right. Are we going to...
Here we go.
Yeah.
Stone Cold's coming out. That's what I was waiting for.
Fuck.
I was waiting for
Cancel the show.
Stone Cold's
coming out. What is this, a Royal Rumble?
Yeah, Royal Rumble, 91.
Oh,
you guys can follow along if you want.
All these guys in the ring are fucked. Stone Cold's about to clean house. All right, well, which match are we going to start? Are we going to start at the bottom or the top?
Start at the bottom.
Okay, well, first off, since the last time you guys saw us, Jordan Burroughs match off. Keen to Cornelius pull it out, re-aggravated his back injury from before his teammate Miha Perhavik, is that how you say it? Jumped in against Rita. We're going to start at the top, you said?
Start at the bottom.
Start at the bottom. Oh, Very first match of the night is a very exciting one.
Love this one.
Somebody asked me today, said, "Hey, why'd you put this one as the first match? This one should be a little bit higher because I know this match is gonna be guaranteed fire."
Yeah.
Danielle Kelly, Jessica Crane, these girls are gonna go after each other. There's something about 115-pound girls that they all try and kill each other when they fight. They're a bunch of little buzzsaws. They're all submission machines. They all go after each other. You know this is gonna be a great one. You know this is gonna have seeding implications for September. I'll make the first pick. I'm going Jessica Crane. I think Jessica Crane might be top 3, top 4 in the world. I think she might be up there on the level with Jessica Khan, Grace Gundrum, and those girls. I think she's going to win the wrestling exchange, and that's how she gets this one. Corey.
I've been saying this for at least 2 months, right? This is my favorite division in grappling right now. After seeing what Jessie Crane has done in her first Who's Number 1 appearance, and even at No Gi Pans, I think she ran up in two matches. She had 40 points to nothing. Watching her work rate, her pressure, her submission ability, I go Jessie Crane all the way here.
Wow, surprised you guys are all in on Jessie Crane. I like Danielle Kelly here in this match. I think Jessie Crane definitely very impressive in her last match, but Danielle Kelly I think is a different beast. She's definitely going to be coming in looking to kind of right the wrong of her last performance. I don't think we saw the best Danielle Kelly out there. This is definitely going to be a scrap. I think both these girls want this win. They know how big of a stage it is and everything like that. But I just think that Danielle is going to be a little bit crisper maybe, and I like to see her get the win here.
Where's the graphic? The graphic's not on the stream, right? What's going on back there, Tyler?
1 second, working on it.
Does Connor not get a place in the graphic?
I think I count as
Connor's
the
the
fans.
fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
I go
Well,
with
I mean,
the wisdom of the
We
chat.
can do Slash.
Catch
Slash.
Wrestling World Champion gets no respect. What is that championship officially called?
It's the Texas Catch Wrestling Championship.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
even better. You're the Texas
Yeah,
Catch
it's-
Wrestling
Yeah,
Champion.
155.
State champion?
No,
That's
sure.
dope.
State champ.
Or just the champion of that particular backyard on that particular night. One of the two.
All right. How many thumbtacks were involved in this match?
Like 7 or 8 just on the back of the bat.
700 or 800.
Yeah.
All right. The fans. Who they going with for this one on Jessica Crane versus Danielle Kelly?
The wisdom of the chat is pointing us towards Danielle Kelly. We got D-Kells is what they called her. I'm not sure how she's going to feel about that name, but Luis Quinones said, 115-pound girls is the most gangster weight class. Don't at him or you'll get double-legged, which we know he's a dangerous
he'll
wrestler.
The fans are going Danielle Kelly, so it's 2-2. Connor, we'll let you be the tiebreaker here. Who are you going with?
Ooh, let's go. I got to go with Crane. Honestly, her last performance was really hard to ignore. She's top of the top.
All right. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're the media. We'll just pick the winner anyway. So let's move along. The next match on the card, I believe, will be Cody Steele versus Philip Rowe. Philip Rowe, right? Philip
Yep.
Rowe is a UFC fighter.
Another great one.
Kept jumping into my DMs wanting a match. So I figure, Cody's always been a good guy to work with. Cody's a scrapper. He goes on, puts on exciting matches. And those are the type of people we like to reward. He's lost to a couple really tough guys. Let's get him out there with this UFC guy. I think it'll be a good matchup for him. I think it's going to be exciting. Probably definitely a lot of wrestling. But I think, actually, I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, Cody is 1 and 2 on Who's Number 1, right? But those two, it was what was it? Ruotolo and Dante Leon, right? So I think coming back in against somebody who's maybe a little bit closer to his caliber, I think he's actually going to have a head and shoulders above Philip Rowe. I don't know too much about Philip Rowe's game. I know he's a good grappler, but I haven't seen too much of him in pure grappling. Got to go with Cody Steele here. Just
Is that Jake the
trust him like
Snake?
that.
Jake the Snake's beating the shit
Yeah,
out of
Jake
Stone
the
Cold
Snake
right now.
just jumped in real
Jake the
quick.
Snake,
Yeah.
he's
He's got the snake in the ring.
He's about a dozen years into drug addiction at this point.
Yeah, this is in the throes of it right here.
and
91?
He's
Like-
high as hell right now.
Yeah, this is rough.
He doesn't remember putting Stone Cold in that little arm twist thing. All right, let's keep it real before we even get to read. I mean,
Yep.
no disrespect to Philip Rowe, but if any of you guys choose Philip Rowe, I mean, you're kicked off the show. Cody Steele is the obvious heavy favorite. You can go ahead and put me down as Cody Steele. No offense, Philip Rowe. He competes in the UFC. This is not his main focus. Reed, your thoughts.
All right, here we go. Philip Rowe. Our chance.
Reed's higher than Jake the Snake right now.
This is your chance to prove us all wrong here, Philip Rowe, man. No, for sure. Love that he was just, in the DMs, wanted
It's
to
cool
scrap.
MMA guys that want to get in, right?
Absolutely, he doesn't have to come out here. He's making some money in the UFC. He's got big priorities out in the UFC. I know Cody's trying to make it do some MMA as well. So I like the matchup. Cody's I believe like a kickboxing Texas state champion here. He's making the transition as well. So I think it's a perfect kind of matchup for the both of them. Obviously, I don't really know too much about Philip Rowe's grappling grappling credentials. I haven't seen too much of him out there, but yeah, man, I got to go with Cody Steele. Cody Steele's my guy for sure. Love his style. I think this is going to be a scrap, but maybe a showcase for Cody. I'd like to see him get a submission here.
Cody Steele, kickboxing's Texas state champ, huh? That's not as prestigious as catchweight's Texas state champ,
not
right?
nearly.
Yeah.
They don't use any tax in kickboxing, and that's really not worth it.
No
to me.
glass tubes.
Nope. No metal chairs coming over the top rope or anything. It's
All right, to the people in the chat, what are they saying?
The chat is going with Cody Steele, and I think I got to go with Cody Steele too. He's
We didn't ask your opinion. There's no tiebreaker right now. All right, this is not the catch wrestling hour.
I'm sorry. Let me know when it's time.
No, I'm joking. Are they saying anything funny besides like picking people? What's going on in there?
Cody Steele's gonna backflip over Rose Guard. They're not coming out too hot. I think most people.
That's just a good prediction.
That's serious analysis. He's tried that before on our event.
Right after he pops the top off. And
Third prelim of the night. This was supposed to be the third prelim. Was going to be Mika Galvao and Oliver Taza. Stop your crying already.
They asked for it last week. They asked us.
Literally, people last week said that we shouldn't give that away for free. So we listened to your advice. That match has been moved up to the main card. Haizam Rita had a match with Keenan. Keenan pulled out. Miha Perhavik was scheduled to come corner Keenan. He hit me up. He said, "Man, I can win this match. I know I can win it. I already got my travel. Let me get it." So you got it, bro. Yeah, I mean, you're on it. Miha's sort of a gangster. He pulled in last minute for the gi, who's number one too. He's basically pulled in last minute 2 times in a row. I think this is gonna be a really exciting match. Miha seems to think he's got the strategy to beat him. He's a lot smaller than him, but I mean, I'm gonna go Miha. I know I was supposed to kick this one off, but I'm gonna go Miha just because I've seen his confidence in the DMs, and I believe in this guy.
Yeah, I love Miha's a perfect guy for who's number one. He always goes after it, win or lose. He's hunting submissions. That's exactly what we're looking for. So glad to see Miha getting an opportunity here on who's number one stage. Love that Haizam is kind of developing this Legion rivalry now. He's trying to take out kind of all the Legion guys.
Ahmed Johnson, a Nation of Domination style. He's working his way up to Farouk.
He'll probably have to fight like Connor next if he beats Miha.
Yeah.
And then
easy now.
Brayler?
No. I've been Connor DeAngelis.
I've been
Brayler's in the mix. He doesn't want
Connor wants to smoke though.
No, he doesn't want a piece of the Texas catchweight champ.
Connor wants that smoke.
Connor's above this event.
He's not prepared.
Yeah.
So who knows? Well, if he gets bad Miha, there's a couple other guys, and then he'll eventually maybe have to take out the boss there in Keenan. But I'm going to take Haizam. I think he's just going to be a little bit too big. If Sloan's a big guy, and Sloan had a hard time pushing Haizam around. He had a hard time taking him down. Had a hard time really kind of doing anything once they got on the ground. I think Haizam is putting things together since he's been in Detroit there with David Garmo and the guys. I think this is Haizam's time, and I like him to win this one.
Yeah, all the credit in the world to Miha for stepping up here. Given what I've seen from Haizam, I think he's going to want to come out a little bit more explosive than he did against Sloan Climber. Obviously, we all expected a lot of explosiveness and a really gritty matchup. We didn't get exactly what we wanted from his match versus Sloan. I don't think he got what he wanted either. I think this is a really good opportunity for him to prove a point. I expect this to kind of be a little bit of a standing battle. They both have a judo background. They both like to throw people around a little bit, and they're both willing to take risks. So I think we'll get some actual impressive standing exchanges and some takedowns. But I think ultimately Haizam gets the throw and puts Miha in an armbar.
So 2 for Rita. All right, Connor, what are they saying on 4chan?
Haizam Rita is 4chan's new champion. I think they're going for it. They're afraid of the size. They think he's going to take it. But Miha has several fans, and apparently he was very nice to O. Steve, so we got to give him a little bit of credit for that. We love O. Steve.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's not getting sent to the gulag this time around.
That wins you a lot of points here. O. Steve's our moderator.
I might have to change my opinion here.
Yeah, just all across the board, everybody picked me up. Isn't it nice to O. Steve? Steve's he's a pretty influential guy at this point. All right, before we get to the main card, let's have a topic where we left off last week. Best tag team of all time. If you got to take a tag team, put them up against anybody. Only tag teams now. You can't just be like, all right, I'm taking Stone Cold and The Rock. They got to be guys who really had a run together. I'm going Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
You got to go Legion of Doom.
That's Hardy Boys all the way.
Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Hardy Boys are legends.
Yeah.
My answer.
Hardy Boys are legends.
Tyler, producer Tyler. What's your answer?
Give me the Hardy Boys' biggest rival, Edge and Christian.
Oh, Edge and Christian's a great one.
Even out of that era, I would take the Dudley Boys over them. Dudley Boys are hilarious.
Oh, they're overrated.
Dudley Boys are pretty badass, for sure. Legion of Doom is definitely.
Legion of Doom's too badass.
The only other one that's coming to mind here is the badass Billy Gunn and the road dog Jesse James from DX, the Legends. Those are the only guys that are coming to mind here. I was a big fan of those guys.
We did a Royal Rumble pool. I have a lot of poker games at my house, and we were playing poker the other night where you pull out of a hat, you pick 4 numbers, and then those are your guys, right? And our one fucking friend had one of his guys was Drew Carey. Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble for some reason, and then when
You're
he entered,
screwed when Drew Carey
Kane was
runs
literally
out.
the only person in the ring when Drew Carey came out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm number 7. And what's gonna happen?" And then Drew Carey comes walking out, and I don't know, it didn't work out for him. Connor, who's your tag team? Who are you going with?
D-Generation X, you got to. That's who I grew up watching whenever I was allowed.
Isn't
to
that
watch
just like a whole
wrestling.
group of guys, though? Or
No, it's Triple X and
Triple
my
H.
boy
Triple X.
Triple H and my boy Heartbreak Kid.
I guess that's a pretty solid tag team.
Yeah.
You know, it's an underrated one. Talking about DX people, Kane and Xbox, an underrated
That was
one.
a very close second for me.
I was watching an interview with Kane. Said that was his favorite partner he ever had.
Owen Hart and
X-Pac.
British Bulldog were pretty good. Heart Foundation back in the day.
Hollywood Blondes. You can shout out
I
Hollywood
don't know about
Blondes.
the Hollywood Bonds.
Hollywood Blondes is your boy
Steve Austin
yes,
and
Stone Cold and Pillman, Brian Pillman.
All right, moving along to the main card, to reality. Pretty soon, this is just going to become a pro wrestling show. First match of the main card now: Mika Galvao versus Oliver Taza. Insane match. Mika Galvao looked great against Andrew Tackett. Andrew Tackett, make no mistake about it, he's a young kid, but he's an elite grappler, and Mika Galvao was all over him for 15 minutes. Cardio looked great. Everything, he fits this rule set perfect. Oliver Taza now 2-0 in this event. I mean, Jonathan Alves went out and won EUG over the weekend, but I mean, it looked like he basically broke that guy's leg a couple weeks ago. I thought he was going to have to pull out, but I mean,
That's
Taza
crazy.
dominated that match for sure. This matchup, Mika Galvao versus Taza, I think is super interesting to everyone. It's kicking off the main card. I don't know what the hell to think. Reed, your turn to kick it off.
Yeah, man, crazy matchup here. A lot of question marks. You don't know what to expect. We saw Mika. Of course, it was in the gi. This is in no gi this time around, or the last weekend was in the gi. This is a no gi matchup. I don't know. It's such a hard match to call. Obviously, Galvao is a favorite here, but I like Taza. I got to give some respect on Taza's name here. 2-0 on the Who's Number 1 stage. He clearly knows how to win under this rule set. He clearly has some setups into these leg entanglements that guys just are not hip to. He's been able to get there with Johnny Tama. He's been able to get there with the last guy he fought, Jonathan Alves. I have a feeling he's going to get there here with Mikael Galvao. I'm running with Taza here. I think he's going to do it.
How do you think he does it?
I think he does it the same way he's kind of done the last two. I think he just attacks the more submissions. I'm not sure if he finishes it, just because I know Mika doesn't really tap to these leg submissions. I know it's a really tough thing to get these guys, especially these younger Brazilian guys, to tap to these leg positions. But Taza's shown that he can get to these positions kind of without fail, and I expect him to get to these positions again and maybe win the decision based on submission attempts.
Yeah, Taza's gotten to those positions both his Who's Number 1 matches. He's got to take some notes from Craig Jones. 'Cause when Craig Jones gets there, it's either your leg is just breaking in half
It's
or
over.
you're tapping. He taps everybody. Taza's just sort of winning decisions off of these things. I'd like to see him sort of finish those. I don't know. Who am I to tell this guy what to do? But I guess it's me up next. This is a tough one. Oliver Taza gets his guard
Tough here.
passed. And it seems like every match, but has more submission attempts. So he keeps putting us in a tough position with the decisions. Mika Galvao looked like a next-level athlete against Andrew Tackett. I'm gonna say Taza. I'm gonna say Taza. I'm gonna say John gets the game plan to slow this kid down. He's still young. I mean, they're probably gonna hate me now. I've picked against him 2 times in a row, but I mean, anti-Brazilian bias. What can you say? I only pick Americans. You know how it is. Just kidding. I love Mika Galvao, but I'm gonna go Taza just because I think. I mean, people are gonna say, yeah, Mika hit a heel hook at Nogi Pans, but I don't think his leg lock game is at that level of Oliver Taza yet. 15 minutes is a long time, but Jesus Christ, I mean, Mika Galvao, I could see him beating up on anybody, but I mean,
Yeah, it could go either way here for sure. Both these guys super elite.
I'm going Taza. I mean, that was the worst pick of all time. I just went back and forth on court.
Man, I'm
Very
not
confident.
going to do any better. I don't know what to do with this match. I think this match might be in the top 5 as far as matchups before the match happens, right? Like, if you could put together your favorite match on Who's Number 1 before it happens, before you saw it, like this is definitely up there. Because it's a coin toss for me, I'm going to go Mika Galvao. we've seen his cardio against Andrew Tackett. We've seen what he can do against top level guys, against Jonathan, who he kept to a very close match, against Tynan, who he beat in a pretty one-sided but 0-0 match. He's next level.
Against Tynan.
Against Tynan, yeah.
Are we talking Gi in here?
Oof.
Uh-oh. Get out of here.
What? But I mean, but that result's different. But for Nogi, he's looked great.
Yeah.
Right, and
He beat Andrew Tackett, who's legit. He beat a lot of legit guys at Nogi Pants.
And we've
not even beat him.
We've seen what he can do.
Yeah.
His cardio is there. His technique is there. I honestly don't know how this match goes. The one kind of big question mark for me is how he handles Taza's leg locks, right? But I think he has the knowledge and the wherewithal to keep himself out of there and to just keep the pressure going, keep the pace high, and that's his path to victory. Going to be close, really a coin toss for me. Let's call it Mikael.
I'm nervous about this Taza pick because Taza's got to be careful. I mean, he's given up side control against both Junny and Jonathan Alves, right? Like he's got to stop. That can't be a pattern, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to keep winning, you can't just keep giving up side control and then get to a hook. Like he's going to have to avoid getting in a bad position against this kid because we saw this kid got a roll against Andrew and then didn't let off the gas.
You gotta slow down Mika because he's just so explosive and his technique is just so good. I feel like in the gi, you can slow him down, but not in no gi. He's just such a hard guy to slow down.
The thing about Mika too is if he gets side control, he's not getting there and staying there. He's going to get there and pour on the attack, try and take his opponent's back, and there's no mercy in letting him get to side control.
Connor, what are they saying? I guarantee the crowd they're probably picking Mika. Everybody online loves Mika. What are they saying?
It was actually a tie until our boy O Steve came through. He made the final vote. Mika, it is. They're giving it to him. But there was some hot takes if you want to hear some.
Let's hear these hot takes.
All right.
Okay.
For example, one
takes.
was
Not too hot. We don't want to get banned from TV.
nope. Mika will take it, and this is directed at you
That is a hot
because
What?
Taza is all media hype, is what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
And I think
Why was your first
that's
hot
for you,
take?
brother.
Mika will take it.
Mika will take
How
it.
was that a hot
It's the
take?
second part. It's the second
Comma.
part. It's Taza's all media hype. I think they're coming after you.
Was that Robert Drysdale in there?
Maybe. They've been asking for that name drop for a while.
I mean,
talking about him.
You've been talking around it for a while.
man, if you follow my Instagram, I didn't beat around the bush. So why do they think Taza's on media? I mean, Taza has had some up and down matches, but he's won 2 matches.
Just because he's associated with DDS, and DDS is
just being associated. It's like guilty by association.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
on DDS, everybody hates
so that's
you.
just straight media hype.
Everybody hates on Nicky Ryan. He's like the nicest person I've ever met in my entire life.
So is Taza. Taza and Ethan, super nice guys.
Yeah, they're like the best people in the sport, and people just hate them. So the next match on the card now would be what used to be.
Wait, this one's a tie though. Do we have to?
Oh, Catch Wrestling Texas State Champion. Who's the tiebreaker?
Mika by People's Elbow.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, moving along. We got Andrew Wiltse. Do we know what happened yet with him at Panda Express? He had some sort of Zoom call with Panda Express. Might be sponsored by Panda Express going into this match. Do not know. That might make him soft. That might make him more powerful. We don't know how that plays into things. But Andrew Wiltse versus...
Goldust just eliminated Triple H, by the way.
Who else we got over there?
Goldust, underrated. What a legend Goldust
Who else
is.
got Owen Hart's in there?
Owen Hart's still in.
Man, Stone Cold. Putting in an Iron Man run, I see. I got a feeling he's going to win this thing.
Yep.
I don't want to watch this because I gamble on these things and I don't want to know the result.
Oh, okay.
The Andrew Wiltse versus Gabriel Almeida. Gabriel Almeida lost a decision to Nicky Ryan like less than 3 weeks ago. Andrew Wiltse is 2-0 on the event, won a decision against PJ Barge, submitted David Garmo. It's on me. It's my turn, right?
Kick it off.
I pick Andrew Wiltse always.
What?
I don't pick against him. I make the Daisy first thing. No, but I really think Andrew. I think he's learned his lesson from Nogi Pans, a couple matches where he's pulled guard, he played guard, and he just sort of lets people dance around him while he circles his legs. Andrew can wrestle with anybody. I think he's going to either wrestle or Gabriel's going to pull guard from the pressure of Andrew's wrestling. And once Andrew gets on top, that buzzsaw is hard to stop. I mean, I've had to deal with it a whole bunch of times in the training room. I've seen him against elite guys. Like I think Andrew's going to get on top, and I think Andrew gets on the back in this match. I don't know if he at least gets on the back. I'm not going to say he subs him, but he's going to at least get on the back of Gabriel. Corey.
You think he'll wrestle this match?
Oh yeah. I think either Andrew's going to. If Andrew pulls guard again, I'm going to bulldoze this box basically because I don't want to see any more. of him letting. He's a really exciting guy, and he lets other people turn his matches into boring, uneventful matches. Andrew needs to get on top where he can dictate the pace and just really beat people up. Who do you think?
That'll be my caveat on this pick. So I'm going to predict that Andrew pulls guard and that Gabriel Almeida does enough to kind of keep him there, maybe pass the guard. Probably not pass the guard, but definitely make it a little bit more of a scrappy match in the guard. I think Andrew, if this is what happens, is going to be trying to wrestle up and just Gabriel's too smart to let somebody wrestle up and engage in a game like that. If Gabriel stays on top, I think it ends up going his way. Based on what we've seen from Andrew, I think that's how it goes down. I have Gabriel by decision, but if Andrew wrestles, I don't know what to expect from that. So.
If Andrew pulls, I agree, Gabriel by decision, but I think he's going to wrestle. All right, cool.
Yeah, for sure. This is Gabriel's got a lot to prove in this matchup. I think he didn't the last match with Nick, he didn't go the way he wanted to. He's a very active competitor, but he's got a lot to make up, a lot of ground to make up, I think. And he's got to come out high. He's got to put on a good performance, and he's got to really push the pace if he wants to win against Wiltse, a guy who just kind of has this endless gas tank. So I think ball's in Almeida's court. He's got to do something. I'm going to pick Wiltse though. I think just looking at their past results, Wiltse has just been so dominant on the Who's Number One stage. I just think seeing him walk around backstage, seeing him kind of interact, he knows what's going down. It just feels like he's comfortable in this situation, in this event, and I think that goes a really, really long way. He's going to be super comfortable and go out there and submit Almeida, I think.
He's real comfortable in this. Remember last time he wore a costume, he had a wizard head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he just loves it. He's coming into his own as a grappler, as a jiu-jitsu celebrity. Like this is Wiltse's time.
We got coming out the 23rd. It'll be the Andrew Wiltse focused episode of Daisy Fresh. So make sure you watch that next Wednesday. Connor, the chat, how they doing?
The chat is actually, they're all for Wiltse, but they're debating.
He's one of us. He's on the Discord. They're going to pick him.
They're debating whether he shows up in the wizard hat or a Panda Express costume, and they can't really decide which one's which. I'm excited for a Panda costume. I think we need to mix it up, but they're also a little bit concerned that Michael Sears is going to bulldoze the shack.
I'll bulldoze that shack in a second. Heath would probably pay me money. I could probably submit an invoice to Heath for bulldozing that shack, and he would pay me to do it. So if he goes out there and pull his guard, we will show up with a bulldozer, and that shack will be no more. It's not a shack, it's a box. He calls it a box. That's a technical term.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think the chat's pretty big on Wiltse here. The best take so far, Wiltse by Wingardium Leviosa and Wiltse by KO knockout. They think he's going to pick him up and slam him, which isn't really, it's against the rules, but I like where their head's at.
What is Wingardium Leviosa?
Wingardium Leviosa?
What is that?
These muggles out here, guys. Come
damn.
on, Jesus. Read some Harry Potter, and you'll understand our boy Andrew Wiltse a little bit more.
No, we're not going to do that.
Those are long books, bro. I missed the train. It's too late now.
Yeah,
that would be some serial killer shit if I was just walking around reading Harry Potter in 2021. Come on.
in fucking mid-30s reading Harry Potter. What the hell?
Yeah.
Wiltse gets deep in Harry Potter. He reads Harry Potter shit that's not even written by the real Harry Potter person. He reads fanfic, stuff just written by Connor or somebody out there in the office, maybe writing Harry Potter on their time off. But all right, moving along. Is it tied up or no? Wiltse wins 3-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm running out of energy. I got to get going. What's the next match here?
Ruotolo, Kade.
Kade Ruotolo versus Cole Franson. This is, Kade put on the best match probably in the history of Jiu-Jitsu last time. Maybe up there with Gary Tone and Hanato Canuto. Corey, you're up first on this one.
I don't think I can ever pick against Kade Ruotolo ever again. Just let's leave it at that. After seeing what he did to Ethan, after that first match, I think his growth potential is just so high from one match to the next. I think Kade by pretty much whatever he wants in this match.
By whatever he wants. Maybe by a Boston Crab. Who knows? Reed, who are you going with?
Yeah, for sure, man. Super hard to pick against Kade here. No disrespect to Cole. I've been high on Cole for a while now since he was a brown belt. I've been watching him. I was really high on his ADCC trials performances. Definitely, he's been looking good out there lately. I haven't seen too much of him in these last couple months. I know Kade has just been out there killing it. He's getting bigger. He's getting better. The Ruotolo brothers, man, these guys are the future of the sport, I think. And Kade's got a little bit of a chip on on his shoulder. At the moment, he's not that main event. He's gunning for that main event spot with his brother there. So man, you just gotta give it to Kade. Gotta give it to Kade Ruotolo. I gotta see maybe a Darce choke again. I think that's kind of his bread and butter.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's like no disrespect to Cole, but you'd be a fool to pick against Kade. Like Kade looked better than ever in his last match. Like he looked unstoppable. I'll say Kade by Darce as well. Connor, what's going on YouTube?
Man, the YouTube chat is all in unison, just shouting Kade. They think he's gonna kind of steamroll this match, which. I don't know if steamroll's the word I would put, but I can't bet against Kade either.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some sick jiu-jitsu, no matter what, for sure.
Kade's like a Colabate, Mikael, Galvao. These are guys that I'll watch against anybody. I'll watch them go out and fight for the Texas catchweight title against Connor if they have to. I mean, I'll watch these guys against anybody. Their jiu-jitsu is just beautiful. They're always attacking. First off, the Discord. Is everybody on the Discord yet? I know Connor's on there. Corey, you're on there, right?
I'm on there.
Reed, you get on there yet?
I just downloaded Discord. How do I get invited to the?
Connor's got to send you the link.
I got you, dog.
Somebody's got to teach Reed how to use the Facebooks.
The Discord
send me
where
a link,
it's at.
bro.
The Discord is it's basically a cult that we're starting, so it's gonna get really out of control.
Mike's
soon.
talking it up every day, so I was like, damn, I gotta get in there, man. It sounds
Yeah.
like an awesome place to be.
Not long until we weaponize this thing.
No more excuses, Reed. You have the link.
All right.
If Reed's not in there, I expect the chat to be in his Instagram DMs, harassing him
Connor's
until
gonna
he
rock
is.
bottom me.
Yeah.
All right, so the next match on the card would be after Wiltse and Almeida. Is it the girls?
Yeah, it's.
Or no, after Ruotolo. It's Rafaela versus Erin Harpe.
Yeah.
Reed's up first?
Reed's up first.
I'm up first. All right, I'm definitely in Rafaela camp here. I think Rafaela on the trajectory to be one of the the best female jiu-jitsu artists of the moment here. This is a great year for her. September I think is going to be a big test for her as well. But really looking forward to her coming back on the stage, especially against an experienced opponent like Erin Harpe. I don't know as much about her, to be honest.
Oh my god! Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but this is so funny.
What's going on?
Over to your left.
Jerry the King Lawler's coming in.
Bret Hart has Stone Cold and a sharpshooter. They're the only two guys in the Royal Rumble, and Jerry the King Lawler was commentating, and all of a sudden, his music, he's the next guy. So he was only in there for 5 seconds.
It's over.
It served getting. Sorry to interrupt your serious analysis.
So it's just Bret Hart and
yeah. Well, he's just going right back to commentating. All right. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll jump into one of these matches.
That'd be sick.
I'm commentating.
Tag team match.
All right, go ahead, Reed.
Like I was saying, I'm excited to see what Erin Harpe can bring to the table here and challenge Rafaela Guedes there. But this is all Rafaela for me.
Rafaela. I mean, there's three. I mean, there's 4 girls at this weight right now for me: Nachieli, Gabby Garcia, Clay, Rafaela. They sort of have separated themselves from the rest of them, and I think against anybody outside of that 4, she's an easy choice for me right now. Rafaela is so aggressive. I think this is going to be a great match. This might be my match of the night, though, because from what I've seen of Harpe, I know she's an MMA fighter and stuff, but from what I've seen of her, she's really aggressive.
Yeah, she's physical. She's a good wrestler, and I think that's exactly the type of grappler that Rafaela is too. She's a come forward at all costs type of grappler. So hopefully these two girls meet in the middle and throw down.
Yeah. Just like the Kade match, I think you got to go with Rafaela here. Just like the Cody Steele match. I mean, they're going to be great matches, but I think there's a clear favorite here.
Big opportunity for Erin.
Absolutely, I agree with you guys. This match is for sure going to be a scrap, though. I think Rafaela's technique comes out most when she's up against somebody who's equally as combative, as scrappy as her. So when she has an advantage in the grit, in the tenacity, she uses that. But when that's equal, her technique comes out and it shines. So I think we might see something a little bit creative from her as far as submissions go. But I do think it's Rafaela by submission.
Connor.
Yeah, the whole chat has Rafaela going for it. Also, I got some challengers in the chat. Some guy, Texas Zombie, thinks he can step up, and we're about to have to cut a promo. So
here we go.
Tell him we got 10K on it.
10K on it. Come get it, Texas. Come get it.
10K cash money. If you can, how do you even win in catch wrestling? What do they got to do to beat you?
So it's
Can you get
just
pinned?
No, it's just jiu-jitsu basically. Okay. But if you're on the ground for if you don't get locked onto a sub for more than 30 seconds, then they stand you up and you got to start back up. So just very anti-stalling rules.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
All right. $10,000 challenge. Anybody can beat my boy Connor Jackson, Texas State champion. Moving on along the card. Are we already at the co-main?
Yeah,
I think so.
That's where we're sitting.
Yeah, because we lost the Keenan match, so we're at the co-main. Musumeci versus Junny Ocasio.
Sick match.
Mikey just keeps moving up the ladder here. I mean, obviously Lucas was ranked higher than Junny. I think Junny had beat him before fight to win, though. But I mean, this is a more. It's against a guy who's more of a no-gi specialist. Mikey beats anybody. Anybody at 135. Mikey beats him. Mikey's the Gordon at 135. I got Mikey.
Connor, is Mikey in the chat?
Not that I see. I'm keeping an eye out. I'm a little bit scared.
Ask Mikey. Mikey, you there? I'm gonna pick Junny here. Mikey thinks I'm picking against him anyway.
It's East Coast bias.
Yeah,
Corey's from New York.
Look, Junny and I go way back. I can't pick against him.
Mikey's from East Coast.
We competed back at Blue Belt. I think we competed at Brown Belt once too. Smoked me every time.
Mikey's a East Coast
I'm never
though.
picking against Junny.
True. Yeah, I just think huge opportunity for Junny here. This dude's been on the come up for a long time. Watching him out there on the Kasai stage for many years, cutting his teeth. So big opportunity. Awesome to see Junny kind of getting this opportunity, stepping up on the Who's Number One stage. He lost to Gio, really close match. I think Junny goes out there, he puts on a good performance, he pushes the pace against Mikey. Win or lose, he can come out a winner of this match. But I do see Mikey, just being a little too much for him at this stage in his career. Who knows? I think it'll be a good experience for him. Like I said, I think if he pushes the pace, has an exciting match, does some fun stuff, he can really come out winner here, no matter if he gets his hand raised or not. But we'll see.
The real question is, what do you guys think Mikey's game plan is going to be? You think he's going to trade leg locks with them? You think he's going to try and get to the back, dive for bolos? Like, what do you think Mikey's game plan against Junny will be?
I think Mikey's going to go after the legs.
I think so too. I think he'd like to prove a point.
I think he's going to prove a point. I think Mikey, he likes to do that. I think he likes to the gi versus no gi. He likes to say that they're all it's all the same. It's all jiu-jitsu. Junny is a guy who does not dabble in the gi too much. He's more of a no gi specialist, leg lock specialist. Mikey wants to go out there and prove a point.
I really wonder though if it's going to be as easy for Mikey to plan for Junny as it was seemingly easy for him to plan for Lucas. Right?
Yeah,
because you know what Lucas is going to do.
Yeah.
Lucas is going to come in and try and put pressure down.
Good point.
Junny's very tough to hang on to, and he's going to move from side to side and change his game plan mid-match and switch things up. So I don't know that it's going to be as easy for
Junny's got a more diverse
Mikey
arsenal of attacks than Lucas. You're right. Connor.
Man, the chat is going for Mikey off the bat, but I got to say something. And I'm only saying this because Mikey isn't here, right? Mikey has developed this reputation as like the nice guy, a little nerdy, whatever. He came in here and bullied us last time for picking him against him. Someone has to stop Mikey, and I think Junny's going to be the guy to do it. We're going to start an anti-Mikey cyberbullying campaign. Someone's got to stop Mikey or he's going to run through the whole 135 division. I got Junny. Chat has Mikey. He even bullied O-Steve into changing his answers, which O-Steve kind of turned his back on me, and we'll deal with it in the Dons and Mods part of the Discord. But if Mikey comes back, though, I'm changing my vote. Mikey all the way.
Are you done with your monologue back there?
I'm done.
That's what happens when you catch Chan.
I know. I would just like to say for the record, we're not starting an anti-cyberbullying campaign. I basically get paid to be a cyberbully. So what's it at? It's 2-2. And the tiebreaker's biased. The tiebreaker openly hates Mikey. You don't get to be the. You just did a speech about how much you don't like Mikey. Producer Tyler, you're the tiebreaker.
Here we go.
Junny or Mikey?
We're going Mikey.
All right.
I don't want to get bullied.
It is Mikey. It is. That's
You
a good
heard
reason.
it.
Yeah. I mean, being not wanting to get bullied is a good reason why people do a lot of stuff. But all right, moving along to the main event, which I think has the potential to be the best jiu-jitsu match of all time. Ruotolo, Craig Jones, these guys, every time they've been on Who's Number One, they just look unstoppable. Neither one of them has ever lost under these rules. It's just nonstop action when they're out there. Obviously, Craig's going to sit. Ty's going to be playing on top. Ty's got great guard passing, some of the best no-gi guard passing, plus attack and submissions from top. Ty's also one of the best guys in the game at not only defending heel hooks, but countering off of them and trying to get to the back. Looked great against William Tackett. Who's up first on this one?
Right, you want to take it?
Me?
All right, you go for
it. This is probably my favorite Who's Number One match ever.
It really grew. It really grew since the last time we booked it from now.
It benefited.
It's like exactly.
It benefited from
it's so much more hype now.
Yeah.
Like
And I've been watching through that Tackett Ty Ruotolo match over and over and over again. There's so many just really impressive things to pull out of that. Watching Ty's game develop from even from the match against Nikki, which was about a year ago, right? His game, I think, has flourished in the last 12 months. Couple quick stats I want to point out. Craig Jones, obviously, less than 8 minutes on the mat in 3 matches.
Which is insane because they've all been main or co-main. Yeah.
Ty Ruotolo has finished 10 passes in 3 matches. He spent almost 10 minutes in dominant position in the last 3 matches. So 2 entirely different game plans, 2 entirely different competitors. And it really could go either way. I've been watching a lot of Ty Ruotolo, and I think Ty Ruotolo has what it takes to beat Craig Jones, which there's very few people you can say about that. But we all doubted him going into ADCC, right? We all thought, okay, he's going to look great. It's really impressive that he even made it this far, but all right, you're not going to get very far. And then he made it into the semifinals. Yeah. Right? He's the youngest fourth place winner ever at ADCC, and he's only grown since that. I think he has what it takes to beat Craig. I'm going Ty Ruotolo here.
Hell yeah, crazy one. Totally agree with you guys. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I think a lot of people still sleeping on it. A lot of people think this is still going to be a 30-second match. I do not think this is going to be.
Ty's not a kid anymore.
Exactly. Ty's not a kid. I've been saying that kind of the whole time. I feel like I'd be a little. I'd be going back on my word if I didn't pick Ty here, just because I've been seeing him. I've been talking him up to kind of this whole time. Huge Craig Jones fan. I definitely think he has the potential to be kind of the number one in this sport. You know, especially if Gordon leaves or anything like that. Craig Jones definitely is one of these guys who has a limitless future. But I think at this moment, I like Ty Ruotolo. He's been working towards this match with Craig the whole time. I think he's got something up his sleeve. He's been talking about this whole time. I think he's going to shock a lot of people. Come out there. I think it's gonna be a long match. Maybe he won't finish it. If he does, it'll be late. But this one might go the distance.
You guys are both picking Ty?
I'm picking Ty.
You should be ashamed of yourselves as members of the media and pick against the Danaher Death Squad. You know what our job is here, is to promote the Danaher Death Squad.
My bad. Okay. I'll take it back.
I revoke your media credentials. So, I mean, this one hurts to pick because these are two of my favorite people in the sport.
Yeah, it is. It's tough.
In a sport with so many egos, these are two guys that you could just hang out with and always have a great time. They're really nice guys and also really exciting. But I'm going with Craig. I think Craig's size and experience are going to be too much. I'm going to say Ty's so goddamn good at defending hooks. But I'm going to say Craig gets in on a leg eventually and finishes it, but I think it takes him a lot longer than it did with these other guys. I think this match goes past 10 minutes. Connor, what's the chat think?
The chat thinks that it will be Craig Jones by corrupt media involvement. I think that's the best pick we have. Or perhaps Gabby Garcia comes out of nowhere, maybe with a steel chair.
She's going to be there.
That might happen.
She's going to be there in the VIP section. She's coming out.
There you go. So we'll have Gabby Garcia there just so that we can really stir some trouble.
What if that's what she's coming for?
Yeah.
Perfect.
What if she jumps into the match?
Literally couldn't be better.
Craig is like deep in a tie, like has Ty's leg deep. He's heel hooking Ty. Ty's about to tap, and Gabby runs in and breaks it up. Like,
what if she hits him with a chair or something?
With the steel chair.
Yeah, knocks out the referee. So then
anything
it's just like
can happen on Who's Number One. Make sure you tune in Friday. Thursday is the press conference. God bless you all. We love you. Drink some Fat Tire, carbon neutral beer. Bye.
All clear in there. I've said it. He has to be pissed off when we start. So much better.